Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Stencil Saturday video. Last week we marked out these kind of basic bones for this medallion design on a fabric that was marked with my dot dash border stencil, marked twice, top and bottom. And we kind of just added some things, some different layers and frames, and now it's time to decide exactly what it is we're going to put inside all of these different areas and shapes that we've marked. One thing I do know looking at this right now is that this is too wide to just be left open. So one thing I am going to do, we are going to stitch this frame here, and that's 1/2 inch. This is 1 inch, and you can see there are dots in here. That kind of is at the halfway point. So I'm going to go ahead and, because everything else is echoed, these are 1/2 inch echoes. I'm going to go ahead and divide this. So I want to do this behind everything else. In other words, I want it to be behind these points. I want it to be behind these shapes and behind this. So I'm only going to mark it everywhere that stuff isn't. So that's right here, and I want to stop at that point. I'll do the same here. Let me go ahead and mark this while we're here, just so that it's nice and clean. Do the same thing here. So I want it to, oh no, because it's going to go behind this frame right here, so we don't even need to do it anywhere on the corners, just right here, being sure to stop it at that other frame. And we just need to do that on this side. And then over here. Boy, this is going to take a while to quilt. But that's okay, right? Okay, so that's taken care of. So my initial thought probably is to add feathers because they're pretty and they can fit into a lot of places. So my thought is that I'm going to stitch this frame. So I want these to be there as well, these little petals. So I think that what I'm going to do is kind of start like right here. And when I fill these, I'm going to go ahead and do, oh, I don't know why I keep breaking my lead. Putting it out too far. So they'll go out like this to fill in this whole area, and obviously they'll be on this side as well. And then I will do that in all of, I'll go ahead and draw them in just so that we can visualize what's happening here. We'll have a little top up here. You can do whatever kind of feathers you want. You could, maybe you want to put leaves in there. That's entirely up to you. And I won't probably even be on these lines when I stitch it. It's just really so that I can remember and you can see what we're going to do. Oh my goodness. So that takes care of that. And then because, like for me, again, like we did with using this shape out here and in here to make it all cohesive, I obviously want to probably put feathers somewhere else, and my automatic choice is going to be to use them smaller as a fill. And where I think I want to do that is in here. So I want to, because I want to, I'm going to let that frame be covered up. So in this whole area, and what I usually will do when I'm going to use feathers as a kind of, I mean, they're not going to be super, super tiny, that they're so, so tight. I do want them to be small though, because I want these frames to show up. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and usually I'll just mark in like, I hope you can see this little like meander line. And then I'll just, when I go to stitch, I think it's because I'm reaching at such a strange angle here to mark this stuff. Then I'll just travel along here and add the little feathers both sides at once. So I would mark that in here. So I remember that this is all going to be filled. This is one of my probably favorite things to kind of add, because they're so pretty when they're little. And then we'll just fill those. And this will start down in here. Okay, now that'll be that. So I'm also going to need those to be out here in this little section between these two. So usually I'll come from the outside because it's just going to be easier, I think, to travel along it. So I'll go ahead and just kind of mark this random wavy line in there. Oh wait, no, I won't, because we're going to, yeah, I will. We're going to leave that, because that one's not going to be in it. And I'll also do those. So these feathers will be filling this area and then going behind this shape and back there as well. Mark them in here. So that'll be good. So we have a good portion of it already figured out. And I'll be able to reach those over here to fill that in. So that's all of that. We do now have this section in here to fill, which is also right, nope, we don't even need it. We only need it here. And I'm thinking I want to do something like tight, like maybe pebbling. Yeah, I probably will do something. So whether it's pebbles or meander, something fairly tight, because I want to make sure that these little things again show up. So you see, I just give myself like a little circle in there. And usually I'll put like 3, just so I remember what's going to go in there. Not that they're going to be that size or anything. It's really just like a reminder. Okay, so that's marked. I know that's going to happen. These I will actually stitch. These lines, this line. Where do we have left? So we have this left. And because the pebbles are in here, now we have to remember that we are going to stitch this point. These are going to be open. So I think I will just go ahead and put pebbles in there, because that'll be cohesive. It's the same fill everywhere. No, I don't want them there. I want them to be in here, because this shape will be here. This frame will be here. Maybe I should leave these open. I will. I'm just going to do the points in here to make those points really stand out. These ones. And then I think I'm going to leave these open. They'll just be nice and puffy. So maybe we'll use 2 layers of batting on this. Or maybe just a poly, probably 2 layers of batting. But we'll talk about that later. And then, of course, I'll stitch both of these, all these lines. And I think the other good thing about leaving these open is that, I mean, the width of this, I mean, that's probably, I don't even know what that is, maybe an inch or something, but not quite. This is also, this shape out here is also pretty wide. So I think that then the density is balanced. So we have something wider on the outside and something wider on the inside. Tight, tight. I think this is good. So I think we're done at this point. So next week, what we're going to do is go ahead and get this loaded on the machine and decide on the thread, the battings that we're going to use, and thread color. And we'll go ahead and get started, and we'll stitch in just kind of the main elements. So I hope you'll join me again next week when we start to get this stitched, and I'll see you then. Bye.